Now let's take a look at the email options in DAP. Basically, DAP comes with its own email autoresponder built in, or you can use a third-party email autoresponder service like Aweber or GetResponse and integrate that with DAP. All of that is covered in detail in our documentation. You will see here under the email list integration how you can integrate third-party autoresponder services with DAP. And it doesn't have to be just Aweber or MailChimp or GetResponse. Now you can integrate any autoresponder of your choice as long as the autoresponder service provides API support, and you can write your own plugins to connect DAP to the autoresponder service if you want. And again, you don't have to use third-party autoresponder services. You can use the built-in autoresponder in DAP. You can see the difference between the DAP built-in autoresponder versus external autoresponder service that's integrated with DAP like MailChimp or GetResponse or Aweber. You can see what's the advantage of using third-party autoresponder service versus using DAP. You can create all of your email autoresponders here. So create all the emails here. This is like a global place where all the emails can be created. You can use any one of these merge tags in the emails you create. You can use HTML emails or you can use text-based emails. Basically the way it works is you create the email and you say add update email resource and the email will be stored. And then you go back to the products page and you will see that all the emails appear in the email autoresponder dripping section. And this is basically a set of all global emails that you have created in your membership site. And you can use the emails, the same email you can drip under multiple products. So you don't really have to create product-specific emails. You can create generic emails that you want to be able to drip under multiple products, or you can create product-specific emails. It'll all show up here, and then pick and choose the right emails for that product. And just click on add, and it'll add it to the assigned email section. And then you can edit the drip setting based on, however you want that email dripped under that product. If you want it to go day 1, set it to day 1. If you want it to go day 10, set it to day 10. You might want to set up emails corresponding to the products content that you're dripping under the product. So if you have if you have set up content to be available, say day 10 of membership, then you might want to send out an email, corresponding email, day 10, that talks about the content that's going to be available. So you can synchronize it like that. You can use date-based setting or day-based setting for sending out email. You can also say whether the email should be sent to free users or just the paid users of the system. So anybody that signed up, say, through a direct sign-up form and are the free users of your system, so they just opted in through the squeeze page, the form that you had on the squeeze page. So they're marked as free users of your membership site. Whether you want to send the emails to such users or you only want to send it to the paid users that were either added by you admin and marked as paid, or whether, or they made a payment through the payment processor and then that's how they were added automatically after the payment was completed. So you can decide how you want to set up these emails and to which users you want to send these emails to. Now let's take a look at DAP email broadcast feature. Now you can use DAP to broadcast emails on your users, or you can use a third-party service to broadcast email, like Aweber, for example. Or you can use both DAP and the third-party service to broadcast. It's up to you. Now let's say that you're using DAP to broadcast emails. So let's take a look at what features you have, what options you have in DAP, and basically go to email broadcast page. You will land here. You will see there are 5 options. You can pick one of the 5 options and say that you pick the first option. Here you can select, do you want to send email, broadcast email to all the users of your membership site or unconfirmed users or all affiliates. So you can pick one of that, and then you can set the subject of the message and the body of the message. You can use any one of these merge tags in the message. You can use HTML or plain text email. If you picked option 1. If you use option 2, here you can pick a date range for a certain product. So you can say, as long as my users have signed up for this product between this and this date range, send them this email. So you can select target a group and send the email to that section of users. All users of a certain product product, you can select the product and it will send it to all users of that product. Or you can say users of a particular product whose access to the product has expired or about to expire within a few days. So you can, send them email gently asking them to say, maybe renew their access, or if their access has expired, then you can talk about, how they can renew their access to your product. Or you can use the CSV list based broadcast. Here you can have a list of any users. They don't even have to be members within your membership site. So you can pull the CSV list, comma-separated list of users, their email and first name, last name is optional. So put that one in each line, and that will send an email to all the users that you have here. Just put in the subject and message. And one thing to note is that after you do that, and you have to say schedule email, right? And so when you say schedule email, it is not going to send out the email at that instant. So basically the way it will work is you do schedule email, then it will schedule the email for a later delivery. And as soon as you say schedule email, you can go to system, job queue, and you will see the job scheduled here. So it will be sitting in this job queue. Again, because it's a broadcast job where you're trying to send an email to multiple users at the same time, it cannot be done synchronously. Okay, so DAP is going to first just add it to a queue and then a job. This is again the same cron job, just like the cron job that's used to send out email autoresponders or bulk import users. Same thing with email broadcast. When the cron job runs at the top of the hour, and all the cron job details are here. You set up cron job once. When you set up DAP, when you install DAP, you also install the cron job. And once you have installed the cron job, we recommend that you set up the cron to run once every hour at the top of the hour. So when the cron job runs at the top of the hour, after you have scheduled a job, at the top of the hour, the cron will run, and it will look for all the jobs which are pending, which are in new status, the status of new. And then it will pick up all those jobs and try to complete it. So at the top of the hour is when the email will start going out to your users. Number of emails that DAP can send per hour, you might have like thousands of users in your membership site, and you might have a broadcast email set and scheduled to go out to all of them. So it doesn't mean that when DAP cron job runs at the top of the hour, it's going to send out an email to all of those thousands of users at the same time. It's not going to be like that, because obviously it's going to overwhelm your email server on your web host, because DAP is not an email server. It's a tool. It's like Outlook. It's like Microsoft Outlook, right? So it can only initiate the sending of the email. It cannot actually deliver it because it's not an email server. So it's going to be relying on your web host email server to actually deliver the emails to the users. And your web host would likely have some kind of limit, and you shouldn't be exceeding that limit, because otherwise the web host might just drop those emails and it will never get delivered. So you have to make sure that you respect your web host's limit, email sending limit per hour. So basically by default, if you go to email SMTP section, you will see that by default DAP uses your local web host. And then email sending limit is set to 180, which is a good limit, and most web hosts would probably support it. But check with your host, and if they have a different kind of limit, you can set it to that upper limit. You can set it to say 200 or 100, whatever. And DAP will only send that many emails per hour. And then when the cron job runs again at the top of the next hour, it's going to pick up the remaining emails and send. So it will keep doing so until it completes sending all of the emails while respecting the limit that you have set here. Now let's take a look at email SMTP service in DAP. By default, DAP connects to the email server on your web host, and basically it uses your web host email server to send out outbound emails. And your web host might have an upper limit in terms of how many emails can be sent per hour, and you cannot exceed that limit, because if you do exceed that limit, then your web host might drop those emails and it will never get delivered, and you will not even know about it. So basically, If you're using your web host email server to send out emails, you should make sure that the email sending limit is set. By default, it's set to 180 in DAP, and you can always update this limit based on whatever your web host allows you to do. But again, also DAP gives you an option where you can integrate DAP with a third-party email server. That way you're not going to be limited by your web host's email limit. You are going to be limited by your external third-party SMTP services email limit. And so say they allow you to send out 15,000 emails an hour, so you can set that limit. Of course, even if you set it to 15,000, you have to make sure that your web host is equipped to handle that kind of traffic, because it's still using your web host resources, but still connecting to a third-party service to send it. So make sure that you have enough resources to handle that kind of traffic. But as far as email delivery is concerned, it will most likely not be compromised because you're using a third-party service and not your web host email server. So you will have a better, not just better email deliverability, but also better email limit. You can send much more emails per hour than what you can do with your web host. But if you're just starting your site and you have small number of members, then you don't have to worry about it. Just keep doing it. And as long as you're okay with sending smaller number of emails per hour, 180, 200, whatever your web host allows, that's fine.